Good evening and welcome back to the Seneca Scout. Today is the first show of the second semester with an accomplished new crew, and today we will be bringing you local, national, and international sporting news. I'm Jake Manson.
And I'm Miranda Larson. At the Grammys this past Sunday night, a multitude of musicians recognized for their work this past year. Miley Cyrus received her first ever 2 Grammys under the categories of Record of the Year and Best Pop Solo Performance. Previously, Cyrus had only been nominated 2 other times, only once for her own work, the 2013 album Bangarangs for Best Pop Vocal Album. More than once over the last decade, Cyrus's songs have helped producers like Dr. Luke and Andrew Watt win for Producer of the Year non-classical, but without Cyrus being acknowledged. Also, during the award-filled night, Taylor Swift broke records by winning Album of the Year for the 4th time with albums Fearless, 1989, Folklore, and the 2023 Grammy winner Midnights. She is the first to ever accomplish this large feat. As her name was announced, Swift immediately grabs Lana Del Rey and brought her up on stage with her to accept the award, since she had not won an award for her album, Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard? Earlier in the night, Swift's album Midnights was nominated and won the Best Pop Vocal Album, and she made a very big announcement, a brand new album, The Tortured Poets Department, her 11th album, coming out April 19th.
The San Francisco 49ers have a chance to get revenge on the Kansas City Chiefs this Sunday during Super Bowl 58. 4 years ago at Super Bowl 54, the 49ers let a 10-point lead slip away late in the game, and they had a devastating 31-20 loss to the Chiefs. This year, they made it to the big game after narrowly defeating the Green Bay Packers' Detroit Lions. Quarterback Brock Purdy looks to win a Super Bowl in his second season, securing the first Niners win since the 1994 season. The Chiefs, on the other hand, have had much more recent success, going for their second Super Bowl win in a row. Patrick Mahomes seemed to defy all odds after bringing a seemingly shaky offense all the way to the Super Bowl, beating the Miami Dolphins, Buffalo Bills, and Baltimore Ravens. Can the Chiefs win again as underdogs, or will the 49ers win this Sunday? We'll be excited to find out, and we'll get back to you next week.
2 7-month-old Bichon Poodle mixes, Gertie and Good Girl, are headed to Puppy Bowl 20. They were rescued by Paws Across Pittsburgh from an Ohio puppy mill when they were both 8 weeks old. Both puppies were quickly adopted soon after they were rescued. Paws Across Pittsburgh board member Vicki Thomas said, quote, "Their new fur parents had no qualms about letting the Paws Across Pittsburgh team take them to Glen Falls, New York last fall to participate in the Puppy Bowl 20, end quote. The puppies featured in the Puppy Bowl are from shelters. The entire program is designed to raise awareness about adopting pets from shelters and rescues abandoned animals. There are 131 adoptable puppies from 73 shelters and rescues playing in Puppy Bowl 20. Gertie will be playing on Team Rough and Good Girl is on Team Fluff. The 2 teams will compete for the Lombardi Trophy. Can't wait to see how the pups do at this game this weekend.
Over last weekend, Seneca Valley hosted the Pennsylvania Western Regional Competition for Academic Decathlon. The students scored over 40,000 points and took first place in the competition. Here's the sponsor of the club, Mr. Reichert, with more.
Academic Decathlon is the nation's foremost scholastic competition for high school students. Teams from all over compete in 10 different events: art, music, literature, science, economics, mathematics, social science, speech, interview, and essay. So what it offers to the students, it gives them a different outlet to show their academic abilities on different subject matter, but also speech, interview, and essay, help them become more well-rounded. I think it's really cool because it goes deeper into subject matter rather than what they typically learn in the high school curriculum. It was pretty cool. It was our first time ever hosting a regional competition here at Seneca. The students had a great time. The booster parents were wonderful, helping set up all the decorations and food. It was really good for Seneca to host that.
We wish the team luck with their competition in Carlisle, Pennsylvania on March 8th.
Also in school news, college preparation software SchoolLinks was recently adopted by the district, replacing the older Naviance. We asked several faculty and students their opinion on this platform.
Over the passing school year, the Seneca Valley School District has implemented a new K-12 college and career readiness program, School Links. We interviewed several students as well as Senior High Principal Mr. Bob Check and Seneca Valley College and Career Coordinator Ms. Darla Ramirez-Leitner. Let's hear from them. Now, let's see what Seneca Valley College and Career Coordinator Ms. Darla Ramirez-Leitner has to say on School Links.
There's so much to this modern platform, and it's always changing. They're constantly bringing in new aspects of School Links, and we don't even have the whole gamut of options with School Links. So it's just something that I believe that if we can get all of our stakeholders involved with it, you know, alumni, like I said, parents, community partners, colleges, universities, our community service organizations. Once we get all that in, I think that students are going to have a lot more to explore, to understand, and try to make those connections while they're in high school. The other thing about School Links that I get really excited about, when you're frustrated, you can't find something, there's that 24/7 chat feature that students can use. And they don't have to wait for the weekend to come back to see their school counselor, that they could actually just chat with the company. So
Next, we interviewed Senior High Principal Mr. Bob Check for his take
To
on School
make
Links.
School Links a spot where kids go to think about or do work on their future. Because again, we spend a lot of time asking you to learn about U.S. history or biology or chemistry or physics or algebra or whatever you want, right? But we don't spend enough time asking you to learn about yourself. Now, part of the problem with that, or why that's hard, is because you don't get graded for that, right? There's no grade, there's no class, there's nothing on the transcript. But the most important thing you can learn about in high school is yourself. It's not algebra. It's not biology. Okay? It's yourself.
Now, let's see what students have to think about School Links.
I think it's very useful. It does help out a lot, and it kind of just directs you in like your type of path that you want to go down.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think it's very helpful for the kids who don't really know where to start when looking at colleges. So I think it kind of gives you a good guideline and like direction of where to go first. So yeah.
It's kind of a long process, but it gives me good options for college.
I think that School Links is not that different from Naviance, and I don't know why we had to make such a big switch.
Reporting with the Seneca Scout, I'm Gavin Kress.
Of how much cacao is in your chocolate. Studies have found that dark chocolate contains high amounts of cadmium and lead. Scientists have found that cadmium is being absorbed through the roots of the cacao tree. Lead is being dusted onto the bean shells through the air when they are lying out to dry. Cadmium and lead are both a natural part of the soil, but the levels in the cacao beans are not. Dark chocolate is more of an issue than milk chocolate because of higher concentration of cacao. The legal allowable dosage in California for cadmium is 4.1 micrograms and 0.5 for micrograms of lead. A study found that Dove has a high concentration of cadmium, while Hershey had a high concentration of lead, along with many others.
In the Seneca Valley School District, the Ramirez family is championing a new bill to Congress this month. For years, their family has watched their son, Jax Ramirez, suffer from a rare genetic disorder named IPEX. This disorder can only be helped by a bone marrow transplant from a healthy matched donor. After years of waiting for a match, Jax's family has decided to support CDA bill to give time off to people who donate bone marrow so that the many donors out there can take time when they can't get off work to try to donate to Jax. The bill was proposed by Senator Bob Casey. Overall, the bill will allow donors to take 40 hours off work without risking losing their jobs. Hopefully, if this bill passes, more people will donate so kids like Jax can get the treatment they need early enough to continue having a happy and healthy childhood.
And that's all for this week's folks. We hope you join in next week for our next episode of the Seneca Scout. Thanks for tuning in.